Are you spending money on magnesium pills, but still feeling tired, stressed, or unable to sleep deeply? Here's the uncomfortable truth most people never hear. The problem is not just magnesium deficiency, it's that your body may not even be able to use magnesium properly in the first place. And that changes everything. Because what if I told you that one of the most powerful recovery nutrients your body needs isn't hidden in a $20 supplement bottle, but in a simple, almost forgotten food that costs less than $2 and delivers not just minerals, but a full metabolic upgrade your cells actually recognize and absorb? Today, we're going to break a major myth in the supplement industry. The idea that popping magnesium pills automatically fixes fatigue, cramps, anxiety, or poor sleep. Here's what's really going on inside your body. Magnesium is not just a relaxation mineral. It is a cellular ignition switch. It helps regulate over 300 enzymatic reactions, including energy production inside your mitochondria, the tiny power plants of your cells. Without enough active magnesium, your metabolism slows down, your stress response becomes overactive, and your sleep quality drops, even if you think you're doing everything right. But here's the twist most people miss. Magnesium absorption is heavily dependent on your gut health, insulin levels, and even liver function. If your digestive system is inflamed, if your blood sugar is constantly spiking, or if your liver is overloaded, then magnesium pills often pass through your system with limited benefit. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Think of magnesium like electricity, and your cells like houses. You can install the best wiring in the world, take high-quality supplements, but if the power grid is unstable, your metabolism is disrupted. The electricity never reaches the house properly. So instead of just adding more magnesium, we need to ask a deeper question. Why is your body not holding on to or activating it efficiently? And this is where today's breakthrough comes in. Because there is a natural food-based source used for centuries in traditional diets that doesn't just deliver minerals, it supports the entire metabolic environment that allows magnesium to actually work inside your body. Even more surprising, this food is also packed with protein density that far exceeds what most people expect from a $2 staple, helping stabilize blood sugar, reduce cravings, and improve cellular repair at the same time. In this video, we're going to uncover why magnesium supplements often fail silently inside your body, the metabolic reason your energy is still low despite healthy habits, and the simple, affordable food that supports magnesium function far better than pills alone. By the end, you won't just rethink supplements. You'll understand how to rebuild your energy system from the inside out. Here's what's really going on inside your body when you take magnesium pills and still feel exhausted, tense, or sleep deprived. Let's go inside the physiology for a moment. Magnesium is not just floating freely, doing its job. It is tightly regulated by your gut, kidneys, and hormones, especially insulin and cortisol. That means your magnesium status is less about how much you consume and more about how well your body retains and activates it. Here's the key problem. When your blood sugar spikes repeatedly from refined carbs, constant snacking, or stress eating, insulin rises. And insulin doesn't just control sugar, it also controls mineral balance. High insulin pushes magnesium out of your cells and increases urinary loss. So even if you take a magnesium supplement, your body is in a constant leak mode. Let me explain this with a whiteboard analogy. Think of your body like a bucket of water. Magnesium is the water. But insulin resistance creates tiny holes in the bucket. You keep pouring water in, pills, but it keeps leaking out faster than you can refill it. Now here's the deeper layer most people miss. Magnesium is not effective in isolation. It works inside enzymes, like a spark plug inside a car engine. But without the right fuel mixture, amino acids, glucose stability, and micronutrient cofactors, that spark plug cannot ignite energy production properly inside your mitochondria. This is why people often report, I take magnesium, but nothing really changes. Because the real issue is not intake, it's metabolic context. What the research consistently shows across metabolic and nutrition physiology is that whole food-based nutrient delivery improves absorption efficiency because food naturally stimulates digestive secretions, stomach acid, bile, and pancreatic enzymes. These systems are what actually allow minerals like magnesium to enter circulation effectively. Now let's connect this to a powerful insight. Protein metabolism and magnesium metabolism are deeply linked. Every time your body builds or repairs protein, muscle tissue, enzymes, neurotransmitters, it requires magnesium as a cofactor. So when protein intake is low or poorly distributed across the day, magnesium demand becomes unstable. You feel more fatigue, more cramps, and more nervous system overactivation. But here's where the breakthrough begins. Instead of trying to force magnesium into the body with pills, we can support the entire system that holds magnesium in place. That means stabilizing blood sugar, so insulin stops flushing minerals out, improving gut function, so absorption actually increases, and supplying protein, plus minerals in a natural matrix your body recognizes. This is where the $2 food we're building toward becomes important, because it doesn't just contain nutrients, it corrects the metabolic environment that allows magnesium to actually work. Now let's address one of the biggest misunderstandings in modern nutrition. People think fatigue is caused by a single missing nutrient, magnesium, iron, or vitamin D. But in reality, fatigue is usually a broken nutrient network problem, not a single deficiency. Here's what's really going on inside your body. Your metabolism is not a straight line. It is a constantly adapting system controlled by three major command centers: your gut, nutrient absorption; your liver, nutrient processing and detox balance; your muscles, glucose and amino acid storage. When any one of these systems is under stress, magnesium becomes harder to use, even if levels look normal on a lab test. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Think of magnesium like a delivery package, but your body is the entire delivery system. The gut is the warehouse. The blood is the transport system. The cells are the destination. Now imagine the warehouse is disorganized. Poor gut health, the transport system is congested, high insulin and inflammation, and the destination is locked, cellular resistance from chronic stress. Even if you keep ordering more packages, magnesium pills, deliveries still fail. This is why so many people feel no difference from supplements. Now let's go deeper. One of the most overlooked factors is protein synergy. Protein is not just for muscles. It is the structural foundation of enzymes, neurotransmitters, and even hormone receptors. And magnesium is required to activate many of these protein-building reactions. So when protein intake is too low or poorly distributed, your body enters a strange state. You have nutrients available, but you cannot efficiently use them. So energy production drops anyway. This is why fatigue, anxiety, and poor sleep often coexist. Now here's where the key shift happens. Instead of trying to fix magnesium directly, we focus on repairing the metabolic environment that controls magnesium function. And this is where whole foods become far more powerful than isolated supplements. Because whole foods don't just deliver nutrients, they trigger biological responses, they stimulate stomach acid for better mineral absorption, they support bile flow for fat and nutrient processing, they slow glucose spikes, reducing magnesium loss through urine, and they provide amino acids that stabilize cellular repair systems. This is why traditional diets, even simple, low-cost ones, often outperform modern supplement stacks. Now let's connect this to the $2 food we've been building toward. This food is powerful not because it is magical, but because it delivers nutrient density plus metabolic stability together. It supports protein availability, improves mineral retention, and reduces the very hormonal stress signals that drain magnesium from your system in the first place. In other words, it doesn't just add nutrients, it helps your body stop wasting them. And once your body stops losing magnesium faster than it can use it, energy production, sleep quality, and recovery begin to improve naturally, without increasing supplement doses. Now let's reveal the missing piece, the simple, low-cost food that changes the entire equation of magnesium, energy, and protein metabolism. And I want you to think about this differently, because this is not a superfood, it is not a trend, and it is not a supplement replacement. It is a metabolic stabilizer food, something your body recognizes at a deep biological level. That food is eggs. Let's be clear about why this matters. Eggs cost very little in most places, often around $2 or less for a serving, yet they deliver one of the most complete nutrient matrices available in nature. Here's what's really going on inside your body when you eat eggs regularly. First, eggs provide a highly bioavailable protein structure. That means your body can efficiently break them down into amino acids and use them immediately for repair, including the enzymes that depend on magnesium. Second, eggs contain key cofactors like choline, B vitamins, and phospholipids that directly support liver function. And remember, your liver is one of the main regulators of mineral balance and detoxification stress. When your liver is overworked, your body enters a stress state that increases magnesium loss. So by supporting liver efficiency, eggs indirectly help your body retain magnesium more effectively. Let me explain this with a simple whiteboard image. Think of your metabolism like a construction site. Magnesium is the electrical wiring. Protein is the building material. The liver is the project manager. If the project manager is overwhelmed, fatty liver stress, poor diet, constant sugar spikes, then wiring gets damaged faster than it can be repaired. But when you improve the project manager's function with nutrient-dense food like eggs, everything starts working more efficiently, including magnesium utilization. Now here's another key mechanism. Eggs help stabilize blood sugar response. When blood sugar is stable, insulin spikes are lower. And as we discussed earlier, lower insulin means less magnesium is lost through urine. That alone significantly improves mineral retention over time. This is why many people who shift from processed breakfast to eggs often report more stable energy, reduced cravings, better focus, improved sleep quality, not because eggs are magical, but because they reduce metabolic volatility. Now here is the practical protocol. Start your day with 2 to 3 eggs as your baseline metabolic anchor. Pair them with vegetables or fiber-rich foods if possible. Avoid starting the day with sugar-heavy or refined carbohydrate meals that spike insulin early. This simple shift creates a cascade effect. Stable glucose, lower insulin, improved magnesium retention, better mitochondrial energy output. And if you are already taking magnesium supplements, this is the missing link most people never address. Because without metabolic stability, supplementation alone is always fighting an uphill battle. If this is helpful so far, consider subscribing. I post content like this every day to help you understand your body at a deeper level and optimize your health naturally. Let's bring everything together in a way that actually changes how you think about energy, magnesium, and healing your metabolism. Because if you take just one idea from this entire discussion, let it be this. Your fatigue is rarely a magnesium deficiency problem. It is a metabolic efficiency problem. Here's what we uncovered step by step. Magnesium is essential for energy production, nervous system balance, muscle function, and sleep regulation. But it does not work in isolation. It works inside a highly sensitive metabolic network controlled by insulin, cortisol, gut health, and liver function. So when that system is under stress, magnesium doesn't disappear, it becomes unusable. That's why so many people take supplements and feel almost nothing. But once you stabilize the system, everything changes. Let's quickly recap the core physiology in simple terms. When blood sugar is unstable, insulin rises too often. Magnesium is lost through urine faster. When the gut is inflamed or weak, magnesium absorption drops. When the liver is overworked, mineral balance becomes unstable. When protein intake is insufficient, enzymatic repair slows down, increasing fatigue. So the solution is not more magnesium. The solution is better metabolic conditions for magnesium to actually function. And this is where the food-based approach becomes powerful. Eggs, as we discussed, are not just a protein source. They are a metabolic regulator. They stabilize blood sugar, support liver function, provide essential amino acids, and reduce the hormonal stress signals that cause magnesium loss in the first place. Now think about what this means in real life. Instead of relying on isolated nutrients, instead of increasing supplement doses endlessly, instead of chasing symptoms like fatigue or poor sleep, you are now addressing the root system. Let me leave you with a simple daily framework. Start your morning with protein-based food like eggs to anchor blood sugar stability. Avoid early day sugar spikes that trigger insulin overload. Focus on whole foods that support digestion and liver function, and only then use magnesium, if needed, as a supportive layer, not a primary fix. Because when your metabolism is stable, even small amounts of nutrients become far more effective. That is the real secret most people never learn. Now, here is your challenge. Try just one change today. Replace a processed or high sugar breakfast with a simple protein based meal and observe what happens to your energy, cravings, and focus over the next 24 to 72 hours. Because real metabolic healing is not about information, it is about consistent application. If this added value, like the video and subscribe to join others optimizing their health naturally.